What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade talking about the hottest topic today is Jahlil Okafor getting traded to the Nets in this stauskas in a second round pick for the Nets' Trevor Booker, who is the headliner of the trade. He's not really a house and old name. He's not one of the biggest players. He's not a superstar. And the Nets, to me, gave up a lot because Jahlil Okafor is a guy that can play the center. Is he a great defender? No. Is he a great help defender? No. But he can score the basketball. He can post up. He can punish switches. He has a lot of moves. He's improving his mid-range area. He's still not a knockdown mid-range shooter, but he can cover a lot of space with his ball handling ability. And the guy can give you the same amount of points Trevor Booker gives you, but he can do it at the center position. And not only that, you got this stauskas who can shoot and spread out the floor, get a little streaky. But I don't really think they're gonna play Nick Stauskas that many minutes anyway, because he always been going around every league and nobody really uses him that much, and he might not even be in the league after his rookie contract is up. So I don't really know if Nick Stauskas is gonna get a lot of minutes because they got a lot of guards out there in Brooklyn, and even if they do, they still have Russell, they still have Lynn, and Russell is injured and Lynn is out for the rest of the season. But like I said, I don't know if they're going to keep Stauskas around. He seems like a player they just doing the deal to match the salaries. The second round pick is huge because you already give up two solid players for Trevor Booker, but also you're giving up a second round pick too to sweeten the deal. And I don't really know if I would have did that because Trevor Booker, they have the length with with Robert Covington, with Ben Simmons, and with like Luwalu. They have a lot of size already on the roster, so ain't like they desperately needed more size at this point because Trevor Booker is only 6'8", so he's not really going to change that much because they already got Robert Covington who can actually shoot threes. You have James McAdoo. You have J.J. Redick can play the 2 or the 3. You still have Ben Simmons who can play the 2 or the 3. You have Dario Saric that sometimes he plays the 4, sometimes he plays the 3. And you have a lot of length inside just with those people. You got a couple forwards with Amir Johnson, and Dario can still play the 3 or the 4. So they gave up a lot to me for Trevor Booker, a guy that's going to come in and be a veteran. He's going to come in and give them a punch off the bench, and he's going to allow them to switch more if they do use him. He's going to give them more weapons and better defensive, just better defense in general. But the guy is 30 years old. The guy is not really known as a three-point shooter. He can rebound the ball, honestly, especially with a team like the Sixers when they got Ben Simmons averaging 9 rebounds. They have Joel Embiid averaging about over 10 rebounds. He does add inside presence. He has a banger. He has a post-up player. He has a guy that can come in and produce something that you didn't know about Jahlil Okafor. Another thing is it's a lot cheaper because now you don't have to extend this stauskas. Now you don't have to extend Jahlil Okafor. Even though Jahlil Okafor is 21, I still wouldn't have got rid of him for a 30-year-old Trevor Booker. But you wasn't gonna play Jahlil Okafor anyway. You don't really play Nick Stauskas that much. But like I said, they sweetened the deal a little bit too much with the second round pick. That was a little bit too much for a guy like Trevor Booker, and he doesn't even fit your game plan, or he doesn't even fit your strategy. Your strategy is to build around Embiid and build around Ben Simmons, and hopefully Markelle Fultz can come back healthy and be another playmaker and ball handler, another scorer that can stretch out the floor for Embiid in the paint and for Ben Simmons getting to the paint and always having shooters surrounding him. Trevor Booker does none of that for you, but you can say the same thing about Joel Embiid. He doesn't really stretch out the floor. He doesn't really add that other dimension that he would for the Sixers and they're getting a guy that can come in, allow them to play better defense, allow them to switch more, allow a guy to post up and finish around the basket and get extra rebounds, and that's just gonna help Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid job when they go on the bench. Another guy that can come in and give you valuable minutes. You know what you're going to get. He's going to give you hustle. He's going to give you heart, and he's going to play hard. And some of that stuff you can't teach. Is either you want it and you want it, or I mean, if it is either you want it or you don't. And that's something that he does bring that may rub off on his teammates and may rub off on his organization. Plus, he a professional and he a veteran, so they've been putting veterans like Covington and J.J. Redick around this young team, and they got even older adding Booker, but at the same time, the guy can play, and he's a professional. On the flip side, I like to trade for the Brooklyn Nets. You bring in 2 young prospects that you can try out, see if you want to keep them, see if you want to trade them, and on top of that, you lost all your players. Now you're trying to get as many picks as you can for the future, so you can try to hit on a #1 pick or hit on a superstar later in the draft, because they got some second-round picks earlier this year with DeMarre Carroll getting traded, and bringing in Mozgov. They got some more second-round and first-round picks, so they're trying to enhance their chances of hitting a superstar in the draft by getting more picks and getting more solid players in return. And just like with D'Angelo Russell, you get a chance to try out and use Jahlil Okafor for a season, because he's going to have to get an extension. I think you get 2 seasons of Jahlil Okafor on a rookie contract. You can see if he can play. Do you want to keep him? Do you want to use him? Is he a good player? Can he change? Do he has the work ethic? Do we want to keep this guy? So you get to rent Jahlil Okafor for 2 years on a rookie contract, and if he's good, you extend him, or he goes to restricted free agency, and you can still extend him anyway, because you have the right to match any offer. And if it goes bad, you let him go and you try to find another player. At worst case scenario, you get a second-round pick. Best case scenario, you get the pick and you get a player that you may want to keep around in Jahlil Okafor. And like I said, you get another shooter in Nick Stauskas. So it could be they could have done better. But I think the Nets right now on paper won the trade, because they got more in return for an older aging guy in Trevor Booker. But the Sixers in a win now mode. They want to win now, and adding more veterans and adding more players that's ready to contribute right away and that wants to win is a benefit to the Sixers too, because that's basically what they gave up. They gave up youth and players they're not using for a player that can come in and contribute. I just would never gave up the pick too, because maybe because they said Jahlil Okafor he's injured. Nick Stauskas is not really that good. Maybe we getting rid of Nick Stauskas' contract, and we're getting rid of Jahlil Okafor, a guy that we're not even planning or even use, and he's coming off injury. So maybe we got to sweeten the deal a little bit and add in a second-round pick just to get rid of both of their contracts. And then that will make sense, and that's probably actually what happened. We trying to get rid of both of these guys, and one of them coming off a major injury. Let's add a second-round pick so we can get rid of these contracts and get rid of these players and get something in return. And they end up just getting Booker, which is a surprise. But I like to trade for both teams. It's not a game-breaking trade. It's not a game-changing trade. It's not going to put the Sixers over the top. But you do get, like I said, a player that can come in and contribute, going to be a professional, going to play hard in his minutes, and going to give you some rebounding and some inside toughness and some inside scoring in general. But at the same time, the Nets get to rent a couple players, and if they like them, they keep them. If they don't, they let them go. And they still get a pick. At the worst case scenario, they get another chance to hit at a superstar in the draft. So let me know what you guys think. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Also, check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, check out the website. And if you up on Facebook, check out my YouTube account. And if you're on Twitter, check out my website, check out my YouTube account, Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm gone. And let me know about how you guys feel about Jahlil Okafor getting moved to a team that wants him and going to give him time and minutes to play. And let me know, do you think, was it worth giving up 3 things for Trevor Booker, a role player in this league? So let me know what you guys think. Quinn Wade signing out.